Thank you, Mr. Manoj. I mean, it's a great initiative by AIC, and Manoj is doing really, pretty well. I love to see Mr. Durga, if possible, CEO of Nalanda, if he can join us, it would be great.
I believe he's caught up in some meeting. He would be definitely love to join us, whether it is going to end.
Great, great, great. All right. Thank you, everyone who all are joined. I think many more also people are joining soon. So, Mr. Manoj, do let them join. Huh?
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
cool,
definitely. I'm
cool, cool, cool.
keeping an eye
I
on
think
inviting them.
so Mr. Anand got a huge fan following. So, all right, all right. So, thank you, everyone, again. Good evening, all. I love to introduce, basic our panelists today. I'll start from, definitely from Mr. Anand. So, who is a great guy? I think who is doing at least, definitely a new initiative and some of the odd things towards tourism. So, I'll go by with him. So let's hear it from Mr. Ananta how the entire journey, and I'll at least I'll request Anand Bhai to have a 2 minute introduction about you, so that I'll go again, Biswajit, Mr. Biswajit and Jagdish.
Okay. Yeah. So it's very I'm glad to be in this panel. Perhaps I have always kept avoided attending such kind of panel. I thought I will first learn from lot of such discussions. So I never go as a speaker wala role. But I cannot be more privileged to share this screen with two of these people that you can see, Biswajit Bhai and Joy. When you actually whatever time that we have to know each other, it will be not enough. But I have known these people. We have grown up in Puri. We are the same generation that has seen the transition that has Puri has gone through, good or bad. We are no one to decide, but we are just part of the process. How time flies. So I
Right.
grew up in Puri. I had my education in Puri. Then I went for my journalism. After that, I've been working in development sector, purely in water sanitation and urban issues. But of late, since 2019, I decided to pursue tourism as my career. Since then, I've been experimenting with life and whatever I have learned all through these years. And thankfully, I got an opportunity to do something from my own initiatives for the state of Odisha, or from where I belong. But beyond that, I also to keep my ends running. So I also do consulting, where I consult with organizations and also consulting firms for different government agencies across India. But primarily, whatever I do in tourism, primarily it is on my experimental ground is Odisha. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anand Bhai. Thank you. It was definitely a cool intro. I'll go to Mr. Biswajit Kundia. I think I'll introduce a great Sebayat who is now being in Pune, and let's hear it from him. Yeah,
Yeah, Jai Jagannath. Good evening, everyone.
Jai
I'm
Jagannath.
deeply honored to be part of this insightful discussion on challenges of developing future destination with a special focus on Puri, how Puri can be the global spiritual hub. We are having this discussion. My name is Vishwajit Khuntia, and Puri is just not a dot in the map for me. Puri is my home. My connections to Puri goes really deep. My childhood memories are filled with endless roaming around the Puri corners, finding out new mutts, new akhadas, new ponds, and enjoying everything out of it. I've enjoyed all the jatras. You name the jatras: Chandan Jatras, Rath Yatra, Jhulana Jatra, Dola Jatra, Sai Jatra. I can name 13 jatras which is available. We call it 13 jatras in 12 months. My relationship with Puri further goes deep because of my family. My family, which is entrusted with the divine responsibility of managing certain rituals of Lord Jagannath, and my family has been managing this commitment, this responsibility, ensuring the divine blessing flows uninterruptedly to all the devotees. Probably this spiritual connection with temple has been the guiding light in my both personal and professional life. Coming to profession, I have been a banker most of my career. I have a, a decade-old experience in banks, wherein I have managed financial assets of various alternate Chennai individuals. My last career was with a venture capital firm where I was instrumental and I was responsible for portfolio onboarding of that venture capital fund. Uh, my last assignment has given me a bird's eye vision of how startups and small innovative ideas can actually shape future of any industry, not just tourism. How a small idea can convert the entire industry from a so-called unorganized sector to organized sector. So this is all about us. Currently, I'm working as a director position to with Claim My Share. Claim My Share is a company which retrieves unclaimed asset, especially unclaimed financial asset of investors. So we try to give access to those asset which is rightfully theirs. Uh, our vision is aligned with Government of India's vision of financial inclusion. Uh, I'm looking forward for a fantastic and insightful and enlightening discussion among all the esteemed panelists, and looking forward for it.
Thank you, Mr. Bisri. It was definitely a great, from a Odia guy who is, taking care of entire finance from Puri. I mean, it was a great intro. Thank you so much.
Thank
I'll
you.
come again back to, Mr. Jagdish. I think a short intro from my side also. I know Jagdish quite, I think very little earlier from, I think, 2, 3 years back. So a guy from Puri, also a part-time director to holiday resort, also a helping Cloud Baits, a software company, to grow into a a great way. Yeah, Jagdish, over to you, please.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhat. Welcome all. Jai Jagannath, like Vishwajit said, we're very
Jai
proud to say
Jagannath.
that loud and clear. Puri is actually home, like Vishwajit claimed. Can't be happy to be here. I've been a person who has been to more than 45 countries in my 35 years, and I have finally decided to settle in Puri. So this is one of the big reasons, or the fact that how much I want to give back to my roots, I would say, or the home. And here I live with my family. I think after working for more than a decade in all of the companies, what I realized is there's no bigger happiness than being closer to your family. So a little bit about Puri, like Vishwajit said, the lanes, the jatras, the friends, the beach, the late night khattis, or the evening chai or chaat or the gupchup of Puri is are the wonderful things that one can enjoy here, and without any worry. So the one thing that you would see in Puri people is they are tension free, or they worry less. They're always open, heart open to talk to other people. This is one of the greatest thing. A little bit about myself. I studied here in convent school. That's where I think I made friends with many other school like Anand, Pravat, and many others. Then moved back to Bangalore. I lived there for 8 years. Did my engineering. Worked at Cognizant for a year. Tried to understand how is it in tech companies, but then found my rhythm and came back to join my family business. So we own the Holiday Resort, which is in Chakratirtha Road in Puri. It's a 3 decade or almost 4 decade old hotel. However, we live with a passion to provide the best services to our guests. And thereafter, I'm also worked in cloud beds for almost 9 years as a tech professional. So Cloudbits is one of the world's biggest hospitality tech provider. We all Cloudbits has almost 35,000 hotels as their clients who use our software to grow their reservations and revenue. So I've been part of their global leader, expanding their businesses in APAC and growing their teams. And I was like the 35th employee. And today with Cloudbits, we have like 950 employees. So, being a tech professional and love hospitality to my core, and happy to be here. So, looking forward to further discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Jagdish. I mean, it was definitely a clear picture how a Odia guy who is on the on the globe actually. Thank you so much. I mean, our the topic I have been assigned by I said absolutely. It was definitely going to touch everyone's heart. I mean, all the points we are going to cover today. It is, I mean, everyone's favorite. I'll guess. I'll start with the topic. A topic which is definitely all of three of you are. I mean, you were talking about that. I mean, that is the topic is already included that. So I'll start with Mr. Anand. How the emotional connect all of us towards Puri. I'll start with Mr. Anand again.
Yeah, so I was not born in Puri, to be very honest. Um,
Okay.
my father's elder brother, he moved to Puri at a very early age. Then and he was very culturally rich. He was part of the Annapurna theater group. He was a poet. He was part of the different associations. He was part of a lot of literary clubs. And while when I was in almost like class one or two, I moved to Puri in 1995. And since then, the journey for me has been my Puri has become my identity. So my upbringing was very much in a very cultural space where uh, at home it was a lot of discussion around literature, around culture, and also in school, college. If I look back now, we all three of us are almost in the same age group. Bishwet Bhai was my senior in college, immediate senior, and I had the best time. I cannot tell you our college days. There is a lot of things back behind the smile of Vishwajit Bhai. He was our student leader. So we had a lot of while growing up. Puri is a city. Though if you look at Bhubaneswar or any other metro, I would say the generation that we are coming from, we had a lot of challenges in terms of information. We
Mm-hmm.
had very late access to internet. We had very late access to very valid or important informations which could have actually been very beneficial for a lot of us. But having said
Mm-hmm.
that, those we are the outputs of the small town, the typical small town where we live every moment. We don't need a weekend to meet people. Every day used to be a weekend for us. Be in the beach or do some khatti. Very chilled out people, but very informative. You go
Right.
to
Right.
Puri and you ask any person, they will filled with information. So that's very important thing to note here, that when we were in Puri, we are never out of any valid information. Our upbringing, everyone whoever grown up, we were always informed about our state, our city, across the globe, what is happening around. So
Right. Right.
that brotherhood and that peer learning I had in Puri. So whatever I am today, whatever little that I know in life, it's all that I got from this beautiful city called Puri. Yeah. And of course Lord Jagannath. That
Thank you so much. Thank you.
and I don't need to boast about my emotions. If I start, it will go on. Uh, uh, how, just like Biswajit Bhai said, his roots are connected. Though I'm my parental root, we are from the undivided Cuttack district, but the presence of Lord Jagannath in our life, it has changed. You will find it two different people with same set of skills or same set of belief system. One from Puri, one is not from Puri. There will be a difference. So, and we proudly own that. So yeah, thank you. That has been my emotional
I
journey.
love to. Thank you so much, Anand bhai. I love to add here a point. We see, I'm not from Puri, but from the I think though from last 8 year, this tourism industry has helped me to go Puri more than 1,000 times in these 7 8 years. More than 1,000 times I must have visited Puri, but so definitely I have a huge I'll not say emotional
Absolutely.
contact, but I'll say I think some contact, some connect or some a lot of contact. So
Yes.
he's always in Puri. I'll jump into Biswajit Bhai. I mean, the senior guy who was a senior to Mr. Anand Bhai and also Mr. Patra. So how is your emotional connect to your hometown or to your hotel?
See, as a person who was born and raised in Puri, I can't even explain my emotion my emotions
Right.
with Puri or my connections with Puri. Whenever I get chance, in fact, 15 days back, I was in KITT for a convention. I got only 2 hour. There's a gap only 2 hour. I rushed to Puri, had a darshan, had some avoda, and came back. Took my flight and came back to Pune. So this is how typical my day used to start from temple. Every day, I still vividly remember the nostalgia feeling of the scent of that essence stick when I used to go to school, the temples that used to come in between. I still remember the scent of that essence sticks. So you talk about upma, gugni, name street food, as Mr. Patra said about gupchup and chaat. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say this or not. You name a
Absolutely.
product, let it be sango, pongoto, bhango. Everything is what is I really love about Puri, and
Right.
I'm quite proud to wear that culture. Uh, I still hold a ponytail in my back, dealing with multiple so what the financial CEOs. I proudly carry that. Probably that the proudness has come from the connections that I had, the spiritual connection that I had with Puri. When I started my career,
Okay.
I would like to give up credit to Puri, knowingly or non-knowingly. When I got into bank, I was given a sales responsibility. Probably uh, those days I never wanted to get into sales. I had an inertial for sales that then don't get into sales. You'll stick to sales forever in life. Probably my upbringing in Puri, the way we deal with people, the way we try to convince people has actually helped me to excel in my sales career. So it not only my connections has not only helped me to become a better human being, it has also professionally helped me.
I think, Bisut bhai, you were a Sebayat for a certain time. Could you please tell us how was that feeling? I mean, every day meeting, seeing the Lord Jagannath.
Once a
How is the
Sabat,
feeling?
once a Sabat, always a Sabat.
Yes, he rightly said, once a Savait, always a Savait. See, when I was those days, the rules were not that strict that on Savait has to be 18 year to perform the rituals. There is a
Hmm.
particular ritual called as Sadi Vanda. This is the first time that you get an order from the Lord that you can serve. Those days, the rules were not that stringent, so I got that approval at the age of 16. From those days,
Great.
I'm now 36. So almost 20 year I've been a Savayat. Apart from Lord Jagannath Seva, we are given an additional Seva of Lord Kashi Vishwanath. Probably you can see the temple once you go on the 2.5 stairs. You will probably see the temple where the Sevayats of Lord Kashi Vishwanath. So my day used to start around 4 a.m. in the morning. Used to go temple, wake up the Lord, bathe him, feed him, and make him ready for the darshan, and come back to college around 9:30. Take
Great,
rest.
great, great.
Evening again, go back, uh, do a sringar, and sit quietly till 8:30. 8:30, I used to go back to Holiday Resort, and we used to have a khoti behind Holiday Resort till 9 o'clock. Holiday Resort till 9:30 to 10:30 behind Mayfair. Friends, khatti, chai, come back to home. Uh,
Many times we met also back on the Mayfair side of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 30 sick keeps on shifting from Mayfair. By the time you reach your home, there will be 5, 6 30s. That's how
Right,
Puri
right,
is.
right,
You go,
right,
you just say hi or why now, Allah,
right, right.
that's how it goes.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Khu. Thank you, Mr. Bhai. I'll come to Jagadish. How emotion is Puri is for you. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, thanks, Pravag. Yeah, I mean, Puri absolutely is my home. So my family is here. So that's my biggest connection. Like my dad says, Puri is a bhojana sthalam. He says that whoever comes to Puri searches for food or enjoys food to its love, So like Lord Jagannath loves eating food. Like I think Vishwajit can say, how many times does Lord Jagannath Prasad gets on in a day? Probably like six or
Five
seven
times.
times?
Seven
Five
times he
times.
eats, 5 times he does Vesas.
Oh my God, look at that. I mean, he enjoys food. He loves food. So does Puri people. They wait for those prasad. Similarly, when they go to their home, they also enjoy food. So Puri is a bhojana sthalam. That's one of the reason I have an emotional connection because I also love food. We are into hospitality, so we enjoy eating new food and eating more than any more in terms of large quantity. And the other reason would be giver's gain. Giver's gain is you give more and you get more, you know. So I think Puri has given me so much in my life, and the blessings of Lord Jagannath has helped me bring up my career, go to the US and come back to India and expand a business for an American company. I mean, I couldn't say that it wasn't from the blessing of Lord Jagannath, and my family who supported me in my career. So I feel I should give back in my career today, and that's why I say I have an emotional connection where I want to give more and I want to do more for Puri.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, so all our emotional, I know, are definitely going to connect. I mean, definitely to make this tourism better or bigger. So, I love to, throw a question here, which is definitely a bigger one. And how we see, Puri as a global destination. I'll go with Biswajit Bhai again. How you see Puri as a global destination? Yeah.
Now, we need to understand a couple of things about Puri. Are you only talking about global destination? I think I would like to add a spiritualism what to that. Would like to talk to spiritual, global spiritual
Mhm.
destination. So as we all aware, there is something called a sacred economy. The sacred economy is growing up day by day. Even we
Right.
go back to economy and the numbers, let me give a little bit spiritual context about Puri. It is considered as one of the four dhams of India, which is believed in Sanatan Dharma, along with Dwarika,
Right.
Rameshwaram, and Badrinath. It is not only the four dhams; it is also one of the 108 Abhimana Khetra for all the Vaishnavas. Puri, Puri, not only for Vaishnavas, there are five sects of worshippers in India: Saiva, Sakta, Ganapatya, Surya, and Vaishnava. So the Chaturdha Murti or the four deities which is sitting on the Ratna Singhashan, it represents all five sects. So Puri has that spiritual capability to connect the entire India's worshipper into one particular platform. So this is how important is Puri. Now, is it important today or it was important earlier also? Now, just to give a little bit historical perspective, Puri has been influenced by a lot of spiritual gurus like Ramanucharya, Ramanujam, Adi Sankaracharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All
Right.
these spiritual leaders have set certain amount of influence in Puri, wherein Mr. Ramanujam has set up Maramatha. Govardhan Matha was established by Adi Sankaracharya. So all these spiritual gurus have their own set of disciples, and probably I believe because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a lot of ISKCON bhakts or the ISKCON disciples are also coming to Puri. Now, having said that, all this talks is it materializing into numbers? Let's throw a little bit perspective on numbers. Let's understand numbers in a nutshell. Now, let us understand, we all understand that Puri is one of the most liked destination across India. And let me throw you certain numbers. The numbers will amaze you. There are in like to other spiritual destinations like Tirupati, which sees at least 2 crore annual footfall. I have
Mhm.
data for almost. I have data for Kashi Vishwanath, which is 1.6 crore footfall every year. Uh, we have Siridi, which sees 1.8 crore footfall every year. Contrary to all these destinations, Puri sees almost 1.4 to 1.5 crore footfall per year as per government data. Now, how does this number looks
Right.
like other popular events or other popular destinations? Today, Varanasi sees close to 5 crore footfalls a year. Maximum out of that are foreigners, right? Today, Ayodhya Ram Mandir sees around 3.5 to 5 crore kind of a footfall. We understand today the
Okay.
average footfalls are 1.5 lakh, and as the time passes, the footfalls comes down. Now, all these numbers have a significance to it. Now, today, if you talk about 5 year back, all the hotels in Puri were running at 80% kind of occupancy. Pandemic has bring it down to 20%. Now it is recovering, it is operating at around 60% kind of occupancy, and these are the numbers not been done by me. These are the number that I've taken from government of Orissa statistics. Now let us understand that having understood all this number, whether these numbers are working in Puri's favor or not. The first thing I would
Right.
like to highlight is that despite so much of footfall, uh, we have we have only one star hotel as per government standard in Puri. Uh, I understand there are proposals that many other five-star hotels are coming up, and existing hotels who are not giving star ratings, they are also giving best of the best hospitality. I understand all these things,
Right.
but when I talk about numbers, let's agree to the fact that we have only one star hotel in Puri. There are 15,000 total number of hotels in Puri. Uh, this is what at least the government of India says. Lower income group, higher income group, middle income group, putting all together. So infrastructure is the problem. It is infrastructure is not the problem. Footfall is not the problem. So then what is the problem? Why is that the per capita income from tourism in Puri is not as far as far as Vaishno Devi or Kedarnath or for that matter
Right.
Tirupati. Let's talk what are the things which is working in Puri's favor, right? The first thing it is working in Puri's favor is post pandemic. There is a sudden increase in footfall happening in Puri. That's something which is a great number to showcase. The second thing that we understand that Puri not only provides a spiritual tourism, it has a diversification in tourism. So there is a 150-kilometer coastal line which can offer endless services, along with
Right. Right.
Jagannath Temple, Konark Temple, and multiple adjacent temple which can be also provided. Now, Puri also holds a lot of cultural festivals to attract global tourists. Like Konark Festival has been organized here. You have that global sand art festival has been announced here, right? So all these things has been being organized here. Now, government also has a special focus on Puri. They have announced through Awada scheme close to 4,200 crore kind of investment. I'm sure I'm sure any guy having a sound understanding about economy, it understood that a $500 million getting pumped into a small place would definitely change it if the intentions are really is good. I have my own skepticism about government projects. I was very excited. Even Anand can also correlate that. Government has a eco-tourism or eco-rated project. It has so far seen close
Right.
to 49,000 footfalls or 49,000 users. I was just calculating per user revenue. That I usually calculate what is the amount that we spend to acquire a customer vis-a-vis what is the amount of revenue it can give it to me in lifetime. You know, it's just such a pity amount. Is government has earned only 1,000 rupees from each tourist. Tell me which destination in the world where the accommodation is provided by the government and in a setup in a organized setup and you're still earning only 1,000 rupees per tourist, which is then
Yeah.
we have to understand then something is not correct, right? So
No, this is. I'm sorry to cut you off. So I just want to add here. See, the eco retreat project. It is the concept by Odisha Tourism or the tourism bodies, and the reason behind they're getting very extreme low amount is they have if you look at the food, if you look at the some other services, if you look at the housekeeping, they have given to other third parties, right? And some of the some of the bigger brand, I'll not name them, so they have taken the entire amount as a third party. Just a brand equated their earning less. If government could have come up with all the amenities, starting from food to the accommodation and everything, the housekeeping and the entire structure of the equated, they could have earned more than 8,000. But as though they have given to every all the all the services to third party, they are earning less. Though as Biswajit, while I'll stop it here. As we are having very less time, I'll go to Patraji. Patraji, could you tell us what are the things Puri is lacking of, or what are the what are the 5 things we should look at Puri to make this a global destination?
Thank you, Prabhat.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, first of all, amazing words from Biswajit. I mean, the way he explained about Puri's cultural importance. I mean, I could add more to that. There are
right,
more religious, historic places in Puri that is still not identified or I would say the tourism sector from a hotelier's perspective is still unorganized. Today, we only see tourism as a element of accommodation, experience, Jagannath Mandir, and then back home, right? However, tourism is a larger industry. If we can organize it, it could help not just the government, but also help in improving the infrastructure of Puri. Like Vishwajit was telling about the numbers with respect to earnings per tourist for the government. So largely the earnings are through taxes, right? So if we could make more of the purchases and opportunities to buy um, for the tourists, like such as making events more organized with standardization ticketing platforms or an destination or a like a venue. So that is something that is lacking in Puri. Puri has so much cultural importance with dance forms such as Goti Puo. But today, if I would ask a tourist, like you would miss it out because there's no show today, right? Or he or she coming from West Bengal or Jharkhand doesn't get an opportunity to see a Goti Puo dance, you know?
Right.
What if that's an organized that it's every Wednesday at 6:30 at our venue, at a cultural venue? So these are small elements I would just pick up. The other would be the public-private partnership. I think that is an easier way of how you can encourage currently successful businesses owners to partner with government in adopting such historical places. Our hotel is in Chakratirtha Road. I can tell you there are 5 or 6 spots there which are very important in terms of tourist visiting places. One of them being Sonar Gorango, a place where it is proclaimed that spiritual leaders came to pray Lord Krishna. But if you go to that place, there is no organized visiting hours. There is no visiting tickets. The place looks old. The gardening, the infrastructure lacks the fund. So I think the immediate requirement would be is to preserve these historical importance and make more earning for the government through fair ticketing prices and purchases, not just um, uh, hand over money. Um, I think that making it that more standardization will earn more taxes, and more taxes will help government to avail more
Right, right.
infrastructure.
Rightly said, rightly said. Thank you so much. I'll come to Anand Bhai. Anand Bhai, could you please, focus on some of the things that you are lacking of, so that we can discuss on that.
Yeah. So, see, so one thing I just want to make clear to everyone who are listening to this conversation. When we discuss about lackings, when we discuss about things that are missing out in a destination, a lot of our statements might be directed against the government, against the flow, but not necessarily that our statements are politically driven because it's election time, so people might get offended or so whatever. Because from where Bishwet Bhai is coming on for Joy, from where he's saying, they have their own areas of having such experiences or having that opinion, and
Got it.
rightfully, if you understand the panel with all three, though our roots are connected, but our sectoral expertise are very differently contributing to tourism domain. So
Got it. Got it.
in my professional work, I have part of a lot of consulting groups that are responsible for designing different cities. I was part of BMC and BDA in the main consulting team that designed the smart city project. I've consulted to some cities in UP, some cities in other states. Also worked on some, like I'm working for Ministry of Tourism right now for cities like Gwalior, Hampi, Mysore. So when I look at same, I have worked in Varanasi also, and I find a lot of similarity between Varanasi and Puri. So what the things that are lacking in Puri, I can actually name 5 T's that Odisha government is known for. It is again not a sarcasm to the government. It's a it's a reference point for me that how this 5T actually gets implemented, or some way it is being formulated by the administration. Or so one is teamwork. So what Jagdish Joy was saying, we call him Joy. Joy was saying, people are. It's not organized. It's not organized. As in, first you need to understand the destination like Puri. There has to be a stakeholder engagement platform. Like either it is the district administration or the service providers, hotels, uh, uh, say different tours agencies, the transport agencies. I have gone to cities like Sikkim. I've gone to places, Ladakh, where things are so much regulated. There is a synergy between everyone. Everyone is so here in a, and Puri, you don't so Puri is not a big city like any other Calcutta or Bangalore or a Bhubaneswar. It's very small. It starts and ends. So the teamwork with the administration, with the stakeholders largely is missing. So that kind of approach could be done. Technology, tourism in today's world, if technology is not been the key driven driving force in tourism, it is not going to help to reach a global crowd. So Puri and the service providers are far away behind technologies, latest technology using AI, and so much to do in technology. So that is something that we are missing. Technology doesn't necessarily have Wi-Fi laga do. So technology has a lot to achieve when it comes to building a destination for future. Transparency. Why, like Vishwajit Bhai was saying about certain things. Um, so when I posted about this conference in a lot of forums, people got back to me with a lot of sarcasm. So when a lot of things are happening, so much of fund is coming, and Puri, the city, the people in Puri are very proactive in every sense, very community driven community Puri comes up with. So and now, because of now, there is a constant struggle, not necessarily political but also a societal disconnect is there. The transparency, people feel not connected. So that transfer is something that can be worked out when the administration or any authorities coming up with ideas or coming up with projects. There should be consultation. People should actually be part of it, and this is not something rocket science that cannot happen. uh, then transformation and time live transformation in terms of our infrastructure, regulations. So I was actually having the thoughts in my mind to actually approach this panel to go for a 2 minutes silence for the people, the beautiful lives lost during the accident in Narendra. So these are all, while I am working in Ministry of Tourism. Ministry of Tourism comes up with a philosophy called travel for life. How responsibly you can travel. So in cities like Puri, there should be extra precautions, cautious. Should there should be such kind of awareness amongst each of the stakeholders. So that kind of transformation, whenever it is rains, the main grand road becomes a part-time river or a nala. So lot of technical things that advanced cities or cities of future are becoming, Puri lacks behind them in terms of services upgradation in to this era. Then also time as in, the the I'm considering time with the system or a trend that is happening across globe. When tourism is blooming in say Varanasi or in say Ayodhya, things are changing very fast. The entrepreneurship or the opportunities that are being created for so many people are happening at a very high speed. Puri is lag behind. So a overall approach is needed. This way, I consider that we need these 5 T's to
Got it,
be
got it.
very
I
aggressively
think
approached.
very rightly said, all of you. I think many of our can be, uh, make this Puri bigger plan, bigger area in terms of as a global destination. I think we are lacking of technology. We are lacking of some of the decision maker policy has been not properly implemented. I love to put another discussion or a question here. So there are many things happening. I mean, as it is a bigger place. I mean, we should not call this as a Puri is a small city, because the coastal area has been, more than I think 20 kilometers or 30-kilometer area if you look at the radius. But rightly said, we are not using the beach we have, and we are only focusing on the temple itself. We can be focused on. I think if you look at the the Varanasi you were telling, or the Ayodhya you were saying now. Many things can be implemented, but definitely a decision maker or the government body should come to play. All right, I love to have here because there are all you are a great entrepreneurs. From I have seen many of you has been grown from Odisha significantly. Also, there are many entrepreneurs. How new age entrepreneurs are shaping the future of Puri, or how it is impacting to the entire tourism industry?
Can I go
I'll
first?
start with Mr. Mr. Khuntia. So as he is leading one of a finance company and also he is helping. So yeah, please, I love to see you. Some of the good points. Let's not focus on some what are the things lacking, because definitely, like Mr. Ananda said, it will might somebody might not sounds good. We'll only focus some of the things we can implement, or it can be improved. If you look at new age entrepreneurs,
Sure.
it is helping. Yeah.
To understand the role of new age entrepreneurs or how they can actually shape the future of Puri, just a disclaimer, guys. I'm a political guy. My views are absolutely apolitical. Uh, I have no relationship to politics as in today. It's only finance. So
Right.
so there are four things that as in today when I've done a small research on Puri, as in today there are four things that I would recommend a new age entrepreneur to focus, so that it can add certain value to change the shape of or the future of Puri. The first thing is that
Not only
the
Puri, let's look at from it entire tourism ecosystem. I
In
mean,
Orissa.
yeah,
so which can be
yeah,
done within a 15 square kilometer, can also be done in a multiple scale, right?
Absolutely.
So
right.
what I was understanding, see, I find a huge difference between the number of people coming to Puri, or for that matter in a destination, and overnight they're staying. See, we only make money and the entire ecosystem makes money if they just not only comes, get the dust and go back. If they stay here, if they spend money, governments make money, hoteliers make money, staff make money, everybody makes money. So there is a huge difference between the number of travelers comes to Puri and number of travelers staying back in Puri. Now, for that, to mitigate or to deviate that risk, probably we'll have to provide a smart accommodation solutions. There are a lot of companies currently working on smart accommodation solutions, wherein uh, today I know companies wherein you can book a five-star hotel for 4 hours. Right. I'm not trying to pinpoint one such idea and try to highlight that. I'm just giving an example how smart accommodation processes can bring that equilibrium, or can bridge the gap between that demand and supply of people. A number of people are coming here and a number of people staying
Right.
back in Puri. Now we can also take help of technology. I do not see any standardized application across Puri, that every hotel can have application. For that matter, why hotels? Everybody can have an application which that application can give them a immersive experience about Puri, or a world view about Puri. Uh, it can be connected with a VR. I'm not a tech guy. I'm a finance guy. Probably you can explore the various things, but I understand that technology is something which readily helps you to scale something really fast. So we have to supposed to use technology. We can have geotagging. You stand, as you rightly said, Mr. Patra, that there is a place called a Sonar Goranga. Nobody knows that. What about our application? I just download that application, go to Sonar Gorang. It takes a geotagging. I stand there. It tells me about everything about history. It gives me a virtual tour about that premises. That gives a very wow feeling. The third thing I would recommend, that community centric initiative, right? I have just wanted to give a small example how involving local community can also bring a lot of money. I've been to Kenya, wherein you have to pay $25 to get a picture with Masai people. That's 2,000 rupees just to get a picture, right? And they're just normal human being like you. So what has been done? The tour operator who has taken our booking, he has closely worked with the local community. They try to expose the local culture, local community, and who makes the money? The $25 that I paid, it will be either distributed between the local Masai people and the tour operator. End of the day, they are making money. So we need to provide solutions where we are involving local community, local artisans, We have a lot of heritage villages like Raghurajpur, as Mr. Patra rightly said, Gotipuo. In a nutshell, that if you're not involving the local community is not benefited out of it, and the interest get faded. The last and foremost thing I would like to suggest that we have a 150-kilometer coastal area. It Puri can not only just become only a spiritual destination, it can also become a adventurous destination. It can become a natural destination wherein we have a huge line Chilika. We can offer bird watching services. We can offer various natural services. So there are multiple types of niche tourism is there, which has to be explored in Puri. So in nutshell, these four things that an entrepreneur can
Definitely.
immediately focus.
Right, right. Rightly said. I mean, Puri has very less to offer. I think it might sound, not good, but it is actually the real truth. Puri has very less to offer. If you look at the room size, I just want to add a point, like Mr. Khuntia rightly said. So if you look at the number of rooms being sold is maximum 2 days or 3 days. People who don't have many things to look or many things to explore in Puri. They are coming to Puri for a 1 day or 2 day, right? So if we look at how many how is if we can create a sweets of product around the Puri, or like Konark, or like like what do you call that, Satpada. Many things can be, I mean, water sports can be a bigger product for a Puri. All right, I'll come to Mr. Ananta. How you see, because you being a entrepreneur and helping a lot of young guys, and I have seen one of your, event. A lot of young entrepreneurs also, visiting your the event that you are doing. I love to see from your eyes. Though we have very less time, I love to have it 2 minutes from you. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be very quick. See, so my upbringing in Puri actually gave me a lot of ideas what I can do with Puri. So this realization that happened to me, it happened because I traveled across a lot of places. I met a lot of interesting people. I saw a lot of amazing works that people have been doing across the globe. So that exposure is not there for everyone in Puri. So a biggest roadblock for having new age entrepreneurs is also the mentality of our generation back, where our parents are not very comfortable for their children to look for odd career options. So that is a psychological challenge, but obviously with time that is being changed. But what I can see, what I can tell you, the scope in Puri, you start from extreme end of Satpada, where the sea mouth is there, the sea and river meets. From there till Astaranga end, the coastline, and from Pipili till Kukonark and the whole Satyavadi area. Every Puri could be a destination for international destination for rural tourism. You go to any village in Sakhigopal or Chandanpur or Brahmagiri or say Delanga, Pipili, Konark, you go to any village, you'll find actually very real. You don't see that in urban areas being very close to Bhubaneswar and the airport. So much of interesting villages are there which are connected to Lord Jagannath's culture. If you only focus on Satpada, Jagannath during its lot of time there has been attacks on the temple, and Jagannath has taken exile in different islands in Satpada. So we had curated a few years back island hopping in the Jagannath, having a link to Jagannath culture, including Manikapatna, the story Maniko Dahi, the story that goes back to Manikapatna. You come to Konark side, Ostaranga, there has been so much of areas that can be explored. In terms of wildlife or nature, Balukon Sanctuary itself is filled with so many biodiversity that people will really love to look up to. You have the whole coastline with a backwater in around Satpada, Sipasorubal area, also a backwater around Konark, Ramchandi, river flowing to the sea. It creates a lot of immense opportunity for people. See, I have started one small company, and I'm trying to do whatever in my capacity, and at least I know there are so many other people, at least 4 5 of them, who are trying to do things. But this is not enough for Puri. But
Right.
having said this, all the expertise, I will tell you one simple incident anecdote. My only higher education was journalism. When I was interviewed in my college for the journalism, they asked me to talk about how Puri, just to have a narrative on how Puri is an industry or your perception. I had said that Puri is an industry. It's an industry that people don't recognize. Starting from the कुंभारपड़ा में जो pot बनाते हैं, from the flowers that are required in the temple to the every single thing, it's a complete industry, it's a complete ecosystem. So what my idea or my effort, also I'm trying to brainwash some of the locals or entrepreneurs to pursue this, and I've been able to, I'm very lucky to say, if you actually feed the ideas among a lot of youth, that actually will change the perspective and people might take it up. So
Right.
Puri has a lot to offer. Now this is the time when tourism is booming and a lot of focus is in Puri. People should actually take up such different experiences that people want to experience, so that it will also increase the whole industry by enhancing their occupancy rate and creating more 365 days business for everyone. So, I wish
All
new
right.
age entrepreneurs should actually explore every single area and come up with new experiences, use technology, and use network to do this. Yeah.
All right. I love to see Mr. Patra. Just could you please focus? I think Puri, if you look at how Puri can grow, or these young entrepreneurs can add many things to make this Puri as a global destination, or Puri will definitely many more to offer. What are the things that we are lacking, or what are the things can be improvement? If we only focus on creating good entrepreneurs around the, not only around the Puri, from anywhere from Odisha, so that they can create something from Puri for the entire world. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Prabhat, I would like to say wherever there's a problem, there is an opportunity. So, so if you would say Puri has so much to offer and it's unorganized, it's a land for entrepreneurs. You could do so much
Definitely, definitely.
and make money at the same time. It's not just to benefit the tourists, but also make money, and you can create your revenue streams. So there are other economies such as shared economy, gig economy. These are such startup ideas that anyone can start with very less investment. And like I was just pointing it out, Puri has so much to offer with historic presence, art, culture, and related to spirituality. Because we have to aim that people come here for Lord, So the tourism here revolves around spirituality. So it's great to see people also are looking out to have fun and entertainment. Those are complementary, but startup ideas or budding entrepreneurs should think around um, opportunities related to Jagannath Temple and tourist perspective. And I think that would just be amazing. I have certain ideas that I would talk about, but the time is limited. But
Got
I
it,
would
got it.
say, yeah, I would say that entrepreneurs, this is your land. If anyone wants to explore, we can always schedule another call to speak in detail.
I think from all of you, what I draw is, if I love to, I request to AIC, as AIC guys are here. So if they can jot down at least 30 new ideas about on Puri, or they can create a such event, calling some new ways, who wants to start something, or who already working with something is not getting proper exposure. If they can come up with some 30 idea how Puri can be a global destination, at the same time, entrepreneurship will be grow. If they can, look into this, it would be a great, support for the entire Odisha to Puri. Is Manoj there? I mean,
Yes, yes, I am here. I am here.
please look into this. Please at least jot down 30,
Yeah,
new
yeah,
startup idea. Yeah, yeah.
definitely. This is
Thank
the
you so much.
platform like Tourism Talks we have been creating and trying to reach out to all the corner of Odisha, apart from that,
Yes, yes.
India also. And through this
Right.
Tourism Talk, we are trying to build that first tourism community. Okay. And apart from that, we are trying to help, and I am going to announce all this. about the Odisha Tourism Acceleration Program also towards the end. I think Mr. Durga.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, one of the last topic, one of my favorite topic. I love to, start with Mr. Patra. So, Mr. Patra, how, technology is impacting the Puri also. What are the things we can improve with the help of technology? We can showcase Puri as a global destination. And please also share some of your lights to what are the lack in terms of technology that Puri is today.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhat. From a technology perspective, tourism offers a lot of areas where you can implement certain tech for the tourists. In
Right,
terms of their experience, I think a lot of the first-hand experience many would have experienced with Oyo. So Oyo had certain ideas that they were implementing in Puri, such as a buddy, like an Oyo buddy. So they had launched someone who would help you throughout your stay, from the day you check in, from the day you arrive till you check out, your experiences, your requirements. Let's say your medicine. Let's say you want to know what is the best time to visit the temple, or let's say you want to book a taxi. So that's one of the I think an example how tech got enabled. Unfortunately, Oyo is still struggling in Puri, but I would say, as a hotelier, as a owner that sees tourists coming into our hotel, almost 250 people come every day to our hotel. I see a lot of them struggle with information. So I think something like an all-in-one app, or supported by the government, anyone who is interested in tech startup, that's the need of the hour. I think we cannot change everything at the same time. However, taking consistent steps towards a greater result is what is my perspective. And I would say, first idea is to enable tech for the tourism, for the tourists. So if we can
right.
come up with that, I think that'll be amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Khundia. How you see this? How technology is impacting Puri.
So, so if it is impacting, I have my own doubt, but how it can impact, I can give a perspective about it.
Yeah, please.
So technology is something that if you want to achieve something, technology is the key to achieve it very quickly. Everybody, you have been reiterating about a single use application which can be downloaded by all the tourists which comes here and gets all the information, and it can be multilingual, so that a guy from Gujarat should be able to access information in Gujarati rather than English.
Right,
Right.
right,
That's one thing. And second thing, see, I've observed many smart cities, they use IoT and sensors to manage traffic throughout the city. And I have actually, in my stint of my time in VC firm, we have funded a company who used to manage the traffic in malls, right? So if that can be done in a mall, that can be also done in places like Rath Yatra, your other yatras that is happening. That can also be implemented in and around the temple to give a wow feeling to the tourist. Today, I
right,
see out of scorching hot of 40-degree, people are standing with their old parents, newborn babies, which is very inconvenience. Is very inconvenience, right? So that can be done, and one great thing can be done here is that to tie up with a lot of social media influencer. We have seen what exactly recently has happened in Kedarnath. Many people went there, many influencers started posting videos on Reels, and suddenly from a 15-16,000 per day visit, the numbers shoot up to 75,000 per day. However, it created a lot of
right.
inconvenience, but social media influence today, everything runs like a wildfire. Right, today a small 5 year, a 10-year-old kid is just because viral because his father is dead. So today you do not need logic or anything to become viral. All you need multiple tie-ups in social media, so that the name of Puri goes multiple to multiple years. And lastly, I'm a great believer of community engagement through technology. We should engage the communities. The biggest community, there are 12 to 15,000 Sevaid parivars, Sevaid families. They are not connected somewhere. They deal with their old system. They have their still red books they maintain. All these things has to be digitalized, right? So
Right.
technology plays a very key role. I think I don't have much time. We're short of time already.
Right. So I'll come to Mr. Ananda on last. So how you see it?
Yeah, I absolutely go by what Joy and Vishit have already said. I'm a firm believer of such a technology. In my professional work before, I have also been part of the curatorial team for such apps for different destinations, which actually makes the life of people in the city much easier with information. So collecting information, disseminating with a purpose, so that people can choose and pick their desired information and they can make their life better. So this could be the philosophy of having a technology integration to Puri's tourism ecosystem. Uh, I firmly believe there has to be one enabler or a individual or a group to initiate that thing, but it will definitely happen. So I'm really hopeful about Puri being technologically advanced in a couple
More
of
smarter.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I love to add here one thing, because we retroed as a enabler to the tourism or to the entire government bodies or to the private bodies, those who are having accommodation. I mean, Mr. Patra can relate this. So we have come up with an application, a all-in-one application where a hotelier can manage the entire inventory. At the same time, they can manage the entire marketing. They can see who is a clean conscious platform where the entire check-in, check-out, all the services can be done from a single application we have built so far. And on this September, we host a event called Tech in Tourism, and we are going to launch that. So I love you three to be there. I mean, if possible, physically, if you could come down and visit. So we have also creating a lot of AI, tool, so that how we can not only Puri, how we can impact the entire India tourism or a global tourism, if you look at. So I like to you to conclude, Mr. Khuntia, how the entire discussion we had. Uh, I love to have your 2 to 3 points from you from the entire discussion we had. Yeah, over to you.
Sure. So I would like to conclude by saying that we have to smartly engage our community through technology to in order to create
Hmm.
a sustainable and regenerative economy for the entire stakeholder. You cut any of the stakeholder, uh, things will not be stitched. You have to take care of the every stakeholder, especially the community holders.
Yeah, Mr. Anand, over to you.
Yeah, it's Vishwabhai just gave the headlines. That's summing up. Using technology to connect with every single stakeholder, to have a
Yeah,
community engagement, to showcase and present Puri in a beautiful platter for the visitors or the tourists or people who want to experience Puri. It's not only you come and have a darshan or a stay at beach. You just need to be a local. You just need to experience Puri. So that's like the larger vision for me. And more people come up in Puri who comes and curate those experiences. A day in the life of a Sebayat could be an amazing experience for that matter.
right, right.
Uh, Puri, everything in Puri has something story to tell. So rather, I would call it as a community storytelling approach through technology that the Puri as a future destination needs right now.
Thank you, Mr. Patra.
Yeah, I would say that if you would like to grow any city or yourself, technology and innovation is the only way that businesses have grown, and it has
Right,
already been proven for bigger companies. So if we have to pivot, if we have to make a change, we have to first think of the value we create. And if we look at the value and not just the monetary benefits, I think there is so much opportunity each one can give back to Puri, and the tourism here.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you. last not the least, I like to thanks AIC, Mr. Durga Prasad leading AIC, and the entire team, like Manoj or I guess Sibani. Everyone is here. They are actually going out of the box to create or to support all type of entrepreneurs across the state. I mean, they are doing absolutely fabulous in terms of solving everybody's if you look at all the startup, they are going by there. I mean, AIC. So thank you so much, AIC team, and I love to open the floor for a Q&A. If anybody having a question to our panelists, I mean, they can ask.
So one, there are a few questions in the chat box. Um,
Okay,
so what about the replica of Sri Mandira that can be visited by all the religions
rightly,
and
rightly, yeah.
foreigners for their love in our God? Um, my answer might be a little arrogant. There are certain things I don't believe in sequels. So there is originality, is something that always remains the constant element of surprise and belief and strength, and there are certain rules. There are rules for a matter of reason. So uh, I am no one to have any comment on this, but it's up to if someone personally wants to do it, just like our Padma Vibhishan Sri Mahapatra wanted to have another Konark. So if could be one independent person's or anyone's effort, but for I don't feel any reason it is needed.
All right. Are you getting any new question? I mean, or the existing
There
we
is
have?
one more. Puri needs the support of some great town planners and blessing of the central government, as this town has a very big possibility to grow our adventure tourism and also medical tourism destination.
Yeah.
Medical tourism destination is a sarcasm because what we saw 2 days back. So that I am not sure, but definitely town planners, because Biswajit Bhai can also relate the sewage management system. It used to be a very difficult challenge in Puri. Matlab, Puri needs little more better planning, but again that transparency and that policy, that community consultation is highly needed. I don't think one per question. Puri beach is already having a blue flag tag, and I believe 67 kilometers of coastline having enough to attract beach-related activities. We already have discussed this. Septic audit of coastline. So safety is something very critical in Puri. While we were growing up, we used to hear a lot of people dying at the
Getting drawn,
beach.
yeah.
Yeah, it is now reduced because there is an institute called Indian Institute of Travel Tourism Management by Ministry of Tourism. It has a
Right.
National Institute of Water Sports in Goa. So those people have come and trained a lot of Nodiyas, that the volunteers from the coastline have trained them in basic CPR, rescue missions, rescue surfing. There are some communities, I can mention a guy called Harry. He has come up with a Nodia community of people who are trained to save people as they work as lifeguards. So that effort is being done. The more coastline is will be used by tourism properties, then more people will be trained and they'll have. So if someone wants to create adventure tourism, be sure there will be more entrepreneurs, as more employability for the Nolias also, who are traditionally
Definitely.
doing life saving at the beach. Yeah, the questions are
Right.
over.
I think to summarize the entire 1 hour discussion, we had a great discussion. We need more entrepreneurs. I think if I look at only one solution, we need more entrepreneurs for the Puri. And AIC is great
I
in
think
that.
we have
I
missed
think
on one
I'll
question. The
request
first
again.
question of Samuka Beach project somebody has asked. Uh,
Okay.
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Samuka, I can share something if Joy and Biswait Bhai. Uh, um, so I don't know how logically correct or environmentally correct, but the whole issue of Samuka could have been dealt better by the government administration. That's why it's still a gray area that not many people has any have information. So yeah, Biswait Bhai, anything that you want to say?
My statement will be a little bit politically viewed, so I would not be able to add anything. For me, this is a a project which is made out of thin air. I don't see any substance in this project. I would like to refrain myself because if I tell something, it will be
Yeah,
understood in a wrong statement. I don't. I'm not. I'm extremely skeptical about this project.
yeah.
Government
One
has
thing.
kept some
Yeah,
3,500 crores, 600 acres, all those big things that we've been hearing from childhood. So,
yeah. So it might actually, obviously, if it opens up, there will be more business. But to a city like Puri, it might affect the lifestyle. It might affect the environmental challenges. It might bring a lot of crowd, which uh, it is not Puri is not capable of handling such a crowd for 365 days. But again, as Biswajit bhai said, it is a matter of it's again a gray area that transparency highly needed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, it was a great discussion. I'll over to Mr. Manoj. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
please. Yeah.
So, thank you. I think we're at the end of the session here. And thank you, Mr. Prabhat sir, for coordinating very well. And thank you, Mr. Anand sir, Jagdish sir, and Vishwajit sir to share the valuable remarks as well. Just to add with this whole tourism talks is in us we are organizing in association with Mud Packers obviously and Red Road as well. You are also bringing other partners on board as well. So moving ahead, there is a dedicated program we are doing that is Odisha Tourism Acceleration Program. What we felt normally in this tourism ecosystem, there are startups who are working well and they get into the sustainability part also, and they are now in a good position. But when they need to scale, they looks for fund, and normally scaling up would be like challenge in different region, like moving on to different region and starting operating in that region would be challenging for them. So that's why we are bringing this Odisha Tourism Acceleration Program for those startups who are already into the market, looking for the funding opportunity as well as scaling up opportunity, so that we can give them the mentorship as well as funding support, also the business and industry connect, so that they can scale up and also provide the better service and products in this tourism domain. That's what the Odisha Tourism Acceleration Program is looking like. And we're also trying to onboard few national partners to this program. And this is the pan India program. Basically, I would like to say there is no geographical location barrier as of now. We have set it. And yesterday also we have started the outreaching, and we're expecting the timeline would be 22nd June. We'll be closing the application, and the cohort announcement will be on 17th July, where it will continue till 16 week and will end on November mid of November. So this is what we are aiming at. And this tourism talk will be continuing to over 3 weeks as well, and we'll be having other speakers joining next week. So it's great to have you, sir. Great to have listen to all speakers, and thank you, everyone. I
Thank you
think
so much.
Durga sir from CEO of AIC Nalanda is here. Just give me.
Yeah,
Uh,
so Biswajit bhai and Joy, I was groomed by AIC Nalanda before. I have attended their programs,
awesome.
and I also got a cash prize of 2 lakh rupees by winning one competition. So my company, I have considered always them as a mentor in my journey as well. So they are doing amazing job. Not a so they have been doing so much of events for everyone to learn, from student to practitioners, connecting people across. So I really appreciate all the efforts are being done under the leadership of Durga. So he's here. He's the mastermind. Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone, for making that gesture and loved everybody's view. It was like 1 hour we were all in Puri itself, looking in, looking into the various paths that was discussed. And thank you, Prabhat, so much for wonderfully coordinating and moderating this entire session. And much have been told. There's nothing much to add to it. And yeah, do look forward that with cooperation from all the stakeholders in the tourism industry, we'll be doing justice to this entire sector by putting forth some wonderful startups who could impact this entire industry more in terms of scaling, in terms of growth. And everybody's cooperation and support is solicited to make this a successful acceleration program and one of its kind from the eastern part of the entire country. And we are trying that we could bring in certain international stakeholders as well as partners to this program, so that all the startups who are looking into the tourism industry could have a global vision for the things. That's where the ideas are currently. And as we move ahead with the rest of the 3 sessions across this month of June, there's much more to be announced. So looking forward to all those sessions coming up. Thank you once again for everyone and the team to have done it brilliantly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone. This is the moment we can drop up. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Vishwajit Bhai. Thanks, Joy. Nice
Thank
meeting you
you.
here.
Wishing
Thank
Hot
you,
Fiber
thank
team
you.
and Detroit team all the best.
Thank
Do
you so
all the
much.
Thanks,
achievement.
Pravat.
Have a dream like Bay of Bengal. Do well in life.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Goodbye.
Have
Thanks,
a great day,
everyone.
guys.
Cheers. Thanks.
Thanks, Mr. Patra. Bye.
Bye.